if I'm careful enough, I'll be able to grab right. Solo board gaming night here, and I hope you guys had a great time this October playing a lot of board games that you love. Before I get my video started on this left-hand corner right here, I'm going to start popping in a video of what I did the first half of the month because I was really busy. So one of the things I ended up doing towards the beginning of the month, the first half of the month, was painting or trying to complete painting the miniatures from Imperial Assault. Now, wow, once again, I struggled. I'm starting to get better with it. I'm getting the hang of it. But I'm moving on. I'm moving forward. I'm trying to do my best. When it comes to board games, I want to say right off the bat, one of the most played games that I had was Bullet. Not only because I played it myself, but my wife played it. Both my kids played it, but my youngest played it with me the most. My going to be 14-year-old played it with me the most. This game got a lot of play time this month. Bulletheart was a game that we thoroughly keep enjoying. It's a very great game. I wouldn't be surprised that once I make my video of best games that I played that came out this year, this game's going to be somewhere in that list for sure. I really enjoyed it. I really liked it. Another game that I keep going back to, and if you've seen my other videos, not many people watched this video, but for Burgle Brothers, this is a game that I really keep just enjoying and playing, both this one and its sequel. My son happens to have like an attachment to the second one. He enjoys the second one. I enjoy them both. I think they both have something to offer. I like the fact that this one has like a Sly Cooper-ish type of feel, and the second one has more of an Ocean's 11 type of feel. And either way, I just keep having a blast. Every time I play Burgle Brothers, I just have so much fun. I even bought the miniatures for it. I made that video too. I'm really happy with that. Then like towards, I want to say, I think it was like the first 10 days of the month, I started playing Horrified again in preparation for American Monsters, and I still think this is a very simple, highly enjoyable game. That's the best way I could probably describe Horrified. But the one I was really excited to play was American Monsters, and it didn't disappoint. Honestly, it didn't disappoint. It was just what I expected, more of what I wanted, exactly what I wanted, and I had a blast playing it. I played it a couple times, several times as a matter of fact. If I had to choose one or the other, man, it's just, when it comes to the monsters, they're so unique and fun to fight. I would probably say map-wise, like the board-wise, I still think I like part one more. I still even think I like some of the monsters from part one as well, but this one was good too. It's like trying to choose great from great. It's like they're both great. Which one's great? I don't know. The gameplay wise, they're both fun, and I really had a great time playing this. I'm so glad that I finally got my hands on it. It took me a while to get my hands on it. Some people got it much earlier than me, and my target was really dragging their feet when it came to getting Horrified. I actually had to ask for them to bring it out. But honestly, what I was most excited for when it came to board game news this week was actually when it came to the launch of Too Many Bones Unbreakable. It got me in such a huge Too Many Bones mood. It's just incredible. I started playing Undertow. Undertow is one of my favorite games, and it has to do because of Stanza here. I really like her. I really enjoy playing as Stanza. I really love Too Many Bones, and I want to say that the more I think about it, the more I play it, the more I try it, the more I like it. And it's weird because usually when you play something a lot or you watch something a lot or you hear something a lot, you tend to get bored of it with time. But just this game, I really, really, really enjoy Too Many Bones so much, and I'm anticipating the release of Unbreakable so badly. And one of the things that I'm keep going back and forth on is whether or not I'm gonna end up getting that treasure trove or not. I just don't know. I don't know. I'm so indecisive about it, but I'll find out in a couple of days. So yeah, Too Many Bones is one of the games that I played quite a lot this October. Now, as far as board games went, that's it. I played quite a lot of that, but time was a little bit restrictive for me, at least this month. When it came to board games, I wasn't able to bring as many board games out as I wanted to. But I did get to play some video games, and I started with, I'll put it right here, Hot Wheels Unleashed. Surprisingly, when I first got my PS5, I saw that trailer. I was like, actually, that looks pretty cool. And I feel kind of embarrassed because I actually like it. It looks great. It actually looks like little Hot Wheel cars driving around. It looks real. I mean, they look like real toys. On my TV, they look real. And the tracks and the environments, it really does give the illusion that it's a real little toy. And that was cool. I really enjoyed that. The other one that I enjoyed was actually Super Monkey Ball Banana Mania. But although I liked it, it didn't blow my socks off the way some people talk about Monkey Ball as like this great game. And I remember back in the GameCube era, I did play it. And once again, there as well, I didn't like it as much as people were making it out to be. It was just not as big of a deal to me, in my opinion, as people made it out to be. But yeah, I mean, it's fun, and I'm glad I have it, but I don't know how long I'll be playing it, actually. Now, the one game that I really did love was Metroid Dread. Now, Metroid Dread was a game that took me, like, I knew that I was gonna like it, and although in the beginning I just felt like, oh, I don't know, this might not be my favorite Metroid, as the game progressed, specifically once I got to that first boss, I was sold. And by the end of the game, I 100%ed it. And by the end of the game, I was enamored with Metroid Dread. I want to say, when it comes to the side-scrolling Metroids, this one is probably number one. I would put Zero Mission, number 2, Fusion number 3, and then the Super Metroid, obviously. And that one's just so great too. So yeah, I played Metroid Dread, and I loved it very much. Rounding out the month of October, Marvel ended up releasing Guardians of the Galaxy for the PlayStation 5. Now, my expectations for Guardians of the Galaxy honestly were really, really low. I was not expecting pretty much anything from this game because I personally really did not like Marvel Avengers at all. It did absolutely nothing for me. But to my surprise, from the writing, the characters, the character development, the action, and although the combat is fairly simple, it gets the job done and it feels good and it's fun, especially the further you go. Now, I haven't beaten it yet, but I will say that the story alone rivals that of the movie, and that's so shocking to me because I'm a huge fan of the Guardians of the Galaxy movies. But yeah, I want to say that video game-wise, Guardians of the Galaxy surpassed my expectations and was definitely a positive highlight of October. And at the tail end of October, I ended up playing Fatal Frame: Maidens of Blackwater. Even though this is a game that I've heard about since the PlayStation 2 era, I personally never got the chance to play it myself. But I rectified that and finally did so this month. And although I did enjoy it, I really do. It's a great horror game. It does feel a little bit clunky. It definitely shows its age a bit. But the story is great, if not a lot darker than I ever expected. But it has that survival horror feeling to it. And the actual combat using the camera is really unique, and I do find that enjoyable. I haven't beat it, but I do look forward to seeing where the story takes me and how all of the different characters develop. With that said, which video games or board games did you play this October? I always like to have conversations with whoever's willing to do so. This was Solo Board Gaming Night. Thank you so very much for watching, and you guys have a great game night.